Welcome to AI and Authenticity, the podcast for real strategies, authentic growth, and AI that works for you. Let's dive in. Welcome back to AI and Authenticity, the show that helps you cut through the noise, master AI, and grow your business with clarity and confidence without chasing every shiny new thing. I'm your host, Abigail Dzama Anderson, joined by my brilliant co-host, Sammy. Hey, Sammy.
Hey everyone, whether you're listening while juggling a busy morning, winding down after a long day, or just catching a breather between meetings, we are so happy you're here. Today's topic is one you'll definitely relate to if you've ever felt like you're drowning in new tech.
Let's be honest. The pace of change in the AI world is wild right now. Every time you open your inbox, there's another game-changing app, a must-try tool, or an essential update. Sometimes it feels like if you miss a single week, you're left behind. And I don't know about you, Sammy, but sometimes the pressure to keep up actually makes me want to tune out entirely.
You're not alone. I've had weeks where I tried 5 new tools just because I saw a post about them. Then, by Friday, I couldn't remember my logins, my workflow was a mess, and I'd wasted more time researching than creating. That's what we call AI overwhelm, and it's a real draining problem for entrepreneurs, creators, and honestly, anyone trying to build a business right now.
Absolutely. And let's not forget that sneaky, shiny object syndrome. The idea that the next tool is the one that'll finally fix everything. But here's the truth. Chasing every new app doesn't just drain your energy. It keeps you from focusing on the systems and strategies that actually move the needle.
So today we're getting honest about what AI overwhelm looks like, how to spot it, and, most importantly, how to break free. We'll share our best strategies to help you tune out the noise, assess what you actually need, and build a tech stack that serves you, not the other way around.
We'll get real about FOMO, tool fatigue, and that guilt we all feel for not keeping up. We'll even walk through a live exercise to help you figure out what tools are truly worth your time and which can go straight to the parking lot.
Plus, as always, we'll share some of our own fails and lessons learned, because hey, if we can help you avoid a few headaches, that's a win in our book. And if you have your own stories, tips, or aha moments, we want to hear them. Drop them in our Facebook group, Limitless Leads, AI and Business Growth Strategies, so we can learn and grow together.
So grab your notebook, get comfy, and let's dive into the wild world of AI tools without losing your sanity, your voice, or your freedom. All right, let's set the scene. Have you ever started your workday with the best intentions? Maybe you're going to batch your content or finally get caught up on emails, only to find yourself an hour later, 10 tabs deep into best AI tools for 2025 blog posts.
Oh, you are not alone. I've definitely had those days. You think, I'll just check out this one new tool, but suddenly you've signed up for 3 free trials, watched 2 YouTube demos, and your to-do list hasn't budged. Meanwhile, your brain is buzzing, and you don't even know where to start.
Exactly. There's a certain rush when you discover something new, right? It's almost addictive. Like, what if this is the thing that finally saves me hours, grows my audience, or unlocks my creative genius? But after that rush comes the crash. Decision fatigue, confusion, and honestly, sometimes a little guilt. That's what we mean when we talk about AI tool overwhelm. It's that cycle of excitement, distraction, and then overwhelm, especially in an era when the tools just keep coming.
The numbers are wild. There are literally thousands of new AI tools launching every month now. Some of them are incredible and genuinely useful. Others are, let's just say, not ready for prime time. But each one promises to revolutionize something. No wonder we all feel like we're missing out. And that's where shiny object syndrome comes in. You're not just dealing with more choices, you're also battling FOMO, the fear of missing out. It's easy to start believing that if you don't jump on every new trend, you'll fall behind your competitors. Let's get real for a second. I remember a week where I signed up for 4 different AI writing platforms, convinced I'd find the perfect one. Spoiler, I spent more time inputting my login details than actually writing anything. By the end of the week, I'd produced less content than usual and felt way more stressed.
That's so relatable. I once did a 7-day AI challenge where I promised myself I'd try every tool recommended in a big name newsletter. By day 4, I was overwhelmed, frustrated, and honestly, I started doubting my own ability to get things done. It was too much, too fast, with no clear goal.
And let's not forget, every app comes with its own learning curve. Each one has new logins, new workflows, and sometimes even a new vocabulary. That's a lot for your brain to juggle, especially when you're trying to grow a business, serve clients, or just get your creative work done.
So let's check in with our listeners. If you're nodding along, pause for a second. Have you ever found yourself paralyzed by too many options? Have you ever felt like you're always starting over with new tools, but never really mastering any of them? Or maybe you're paying for subscriptions to apps you barely touch.
If you answered yes to any of those, welcome to the club. You are absolutely not alone. And honestly, there's no shame in it. The tech world is designed to keep us curious and always searching for the next big thing. It's a feature, not a bug, in the system. But here's the good news. Once you see the pattern, you can start to break it. You can choose to step back, get clear, and focus on the tools and systems that actually support your work and your well-being. Exactly, and that's what we're here to help with today. We're going to show you how to tune out the noise, spot what's really serving you, and gently let go of the rest.
So as we move into the next section, grab your notebook or open a notes app. We're about to dig into how you can assess your actual needs so you can build a tech stack that's lean, powerful, and totally tailored to you. Before we move on, let's get hands-on for a moment. If you can, unless you're driving or on a walk, grab your phone, open your laptop, or just use a notebook.
Let's do a quick AI Overwhelm audit. First, write down the names of every AI tool, app, or subscription you've signed up for in the last 3 months, even the ones you haven't touched in weeks. Next, put a checkmark beside any tool you use at least once a week. Now, look at the ones you haven't checked. How many are there? How do you feel when you see that list? Excited, stressed, or maybe a little bit guilty?
Here's the kicker. If you notice you're paying for tools you never use, or if seeing that long list gives you a headache, you are so normal. The goal here isn't to feel bad. It's to get honest about where your time, money, and mental energy are going.
If you're feeling brave, share your results in our Facebook group, Limitless Leads, AI and Business Growth Strategies. Tell us, what's your most used tool? Which one are you thinking of finally letting go? And what's one you want to learn to use better?
We love seeing your real life stories and aha moments. And you might even inspire someone else to simplify too.
Ready? Awesome. Now let's figure out how to get crystal clear on what you actually need from your AI toolkit, so you can ditch the overwhelm and focus on what truly works.
All right. So you've got your list of tools, and maybe you're realizing just how many are gathering digital dust. Now let's take a deep breath and talk about what you actually need to move your business forward.
Here's the trap a lot of us fall into. We chase new tools because they look fun, or because we see someone else using them. But often, we haven't stopped to ask ourselves, what problem am I really trying to solve? Or what would actually make my life easier? You know, Abigail, a little while back, I did a tech fast. No new signups, no new downloads, for a whole month. The FOMO was real. But by week 2, I noticed I was getting way more done because I was finally focused. I went back to basics, and suddenly my content flowed easier, client follow-ups got quicker, and honestly, I felt less scattered.
That's such a great story. I remember last year, I tried to keep up with every new AI copywriting app. There were so many launches. I kept thinking, This next one will write the perfect sales page. I spent hours signing up, testing, tweaking. But you know what? My audience responded best when I went back to my own favorite prompts and put my voice front and center. Here's my lesson. No tool is a magic bullet. Your workflow is strongest when you play to your strengths. Let's get super practical. Think about your main business or creative goal right now. Maybe it's booking more clients, launching a course, or just freeing up an extra hour a day. Now, ask yourself, what are the biggest bottlenecks or headaches standing in the way of that goal? Is it time spent writing content, managing client emails, scheduling meetings? Be specific.
This is where the magic happens. When you know what you need, not just what's hot, you can pick tools that actually help instead of just adding more to your plate.
Here's a quick audience exercise. Write down your top 1 to 3 goals for the next quarter. And at each goal, jot down the 2 biggest pain points or tasks that slow you down. Now look at your tool list from the last segment. Which tools directly help you solve those pain points? Circle those tools. The rest, they might be nice to have, but they're probably distractions for now.
I want to share a story. I was coaching someone recently, let's call her Maya. She was overwhelmed by all her tech and subscriptions, convinced she needed to be everywhere to keep up. We sat down, mapped out her real goal, booking more discovery calls, and realized that her top bottleneck was answering the same questions over and over on email and DMs. She didn't need 5 more content tools. She needed a better FAQ workflow and a simple scheduler. After that, she dropped half her subscriptions and instantly felt lighter.
I love that. And it brings up a great point, the 80-20 rule or Pareto principle. In business and tech, it means that about 20% of your tools or your actions are giving you 80% of your results. Instead of spreading yourself thin, focus on the 2 or 3 tools that truly make a difference for your business.
Let's make it actionable. When you consider a new tool, ask yourself, 1. Does it solve a real problem I'm having right now? 2. Does it save me significant time or energy? 3. Is it easy to integrate with my current workflow, or will it add more complexity? 4. Is there a cost, money, learning curve, setup that's worth the benefit?
And here's a bonus tip. Don't forget to ask, what am I already using that could do this job? So often, we already have something in our stack that could be used better or more efficiently. If you're listening right now, I'd love for you to share in our group or just jot down privately. What's one tool you tried because of hype, but ended up letting go? What did you learn about yourself or your business from that experience?
And for bonus points, share the funniest tool fail you've ever had. I once tried an AI design tool that swapped all the colors in my logo. Suddenly my brand was hot pink and neon green. Lesson learned. One more real-world example. I was using 3 different apps to manage content, schedule posts, and track ideas. Then I realized that one of my favorite tools had an update. Now it could do all 3. I consolidated, saved money, and cut my screen time by half.
Let's take a tech temperature check. Think back to the last time you felt truly in flow at work. What tools, if any, were you using? Was it a new gadget or something tried and true that you know inside out?
You might be surprised how often flow happens when you stick to what you know, instead of always starting from scratch. There's real power in depth over novelty. I also want to shout out a listener story. Someone messaged us last month saying she cut her tool stack from 10 apps down to 4. She realized she was paying for 3 different scheduling tools just because they were on sale, but always went back to the same old Google Calendar. When she let go of the extras, her stress went way down and she started enjoying her business again.
That's why we say tech should give you energy, not take it away. If you're dreading logging in or overwhelmed by logins, that's a sign it's time to streamline. So let's recap this step. Get clear on your current goals and pain points. Audit your tools. Which ones directly solve a core need? Ditch or pack the rest for now. You can always revisit if your goals change.
If you're stuck or want help mapping this out, share your goals and tool list in our group. Sometimes an outside perspective makes all the difference.
As we close out this section, here's a journaling prompt for you. If you could only keep 3 tech tools for your business, what would they be and why? What would change in your workflow if you let go of everything else for a month?
Share your answers in the group or just sit with them. Sometimes clarity comes from imagining what you do with less, not more.
And if you find a tool that truly makes your life easier, celebrate it. But don't be afraid to fire a tool, no matter how popular it is, if it isn't serving your vision or your peace. Let's bring it all together. If you've made it this far, you're already ahead. Just by pausing to reflect on your tech, your workflow, and what truly serves your business.
We know it can feel overwhelming out there, but you don't have to master every tool, jump on every trend, or fill your calendar with app demos. You just need a system that works for you and the courage to say no to what isn't serving you.
So, here's your action step for this week. 1. List your top 1 to 3 business or creative goals for the next 90 days. 2. Do a tool audit. Write down every app, subscription, or workflow you're currently using. 3. For each one, ask, oh, is this helping me reach my current goal? Oh, does it make my work easier or my life less stressful? Oh, if it vanished tomorrow, what would actually change?
And here's the challenge. Commit to parking at least one tool that isn't serving you right now. Maybe you unsubscribe, maybe you just delete the app from your phone for a month. See how it feels. Or flip it, pick one tool you want to master over the next 30 days. Dive deep, learn the shortcuts, watch tutorials. Get support in our Facebook group if you get stuck.
We want to hear your results. What surprised you? What's easier now? What was tough to let go of? Post your before and after in the Limitless Leads, AI and Business Growth Strategies, a Facebook group, or DM us your wins or fails. And if you need accountability, ask for it. We're always here to cheer you on or talk you off the shiny object ledge.
Remember, you have permission to make your business simple, joyful, and sustainable. You're not behind. You're just getting more intentional, and that's the real secret to long-term growth.
Next episode, we'll go even deeper, sharing our personal toolkits, our criteria for picking new apps, and a step-by-step guide for building your own streamlined, freedom-first tech stack. So if you're ready to get off the tech treadmill and build a business that feels lighter and more aligned, make sure to subscribe, leave us a review, and join the conversation in the group.
Thank you so much for listening, sharing your journey, and being part of this community. Until next time, remember, less can truly be more, especially when it comes to your AI toolkit.
See you in the next episode. That's it for this episode of AI and Authenticity. If you found these tips helpful and want more, be sure to join our free Facebook group, Limitless Leads, AI and Business Growth Strategies. It's where we share prompts, resources, and ongoing support so you never have to create content alone.
And if you enjoyed this episode, subscribe, leave us a review, and share it with a friend who could use some AI-powered inspiration in their business.
Thanks for listening and for being part of our community. We can't wait to see what you create with AI this week.
See you next time on AI and Authenticity.